Let the dangertainment begin out there.
You are now listening to the voice of horror.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, because you're headed to the Nightwatch zone.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on a Tuesday night. It's time to head to Battle World, guys. And this is going to be a special episode that we're really excited to tackle. Coriander's with me, and Kill, and Eric, of course. And man, first of all, for you guys in the chat, thank you guys for coming in here. We just want to give a quick blanket hello to you guys. We may not get to everyone, but Danielle, great to see you. I know that Danielle's a huge Terminator fan, so we got different fans in this chat. I know it. Mac is in the chat. What's up, Mac? Good to see you, man. He says, oh my God. He said, but Robocop walked through an entire gas station explosion unscathed. So we got a Robocop fan, we got a Terminator fan. Dan's in there saying this will be an epic battle. No doubt about it, guys. Yep. No doubt about it. Sir James is back with us. What's up, man? Saying,
welcome, James.
What's up, guys? Yeah, man. Good to have you. Said this versus is insane, right? It is. It is. Phillips in the chat. Our good buddy Jason from Backtrack Cinema. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. All right. And Val, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. The general is in the chat. All right, James in the chat. Why not, Ben? Good to see you guys. Daniel said, that's why it's outmatched. Terminator is loved. Robocop, I kind of remember. All right, well, maybe we might get the memories going tonight. What's up, Adrian and Melissa? All right, good to see you guys. And Wayne. Melissa's going with Robocop. All right, it's down the middle as it usually is on these streams. Okay, guys. Well, real quick, let's figure out what we got going on tonight. We've got two combatants kill. This is going to be absolutely crazy. They're titans of the 80s. Coriander, first, introduce to us our first contestant.
Well, Knight, in this corner,
what was that?
Of Skynet. The worst nightmare that Sarah Connor could have had. And hailing from 1984, we have the Terminator.
All right. Okay. All right. And Eric, who do we have in the other corner tonight?
Representing OCP from the mean streets of old Detroit, we got 300 pounds of twisted steel. And if you look at that perfect jawline, he's got a little bit of sex appeal to him. He's good with a gun, whether you're a drug dealer or a jar of baby food. He's the future of law enforcement. We got Robocop.
All right. All right. Kill. This is going to be absolutely crazy. I don't know, man. I think the Terminator's got his hands full tonight, bro.
You know, I don't know. I'm swinging on the other side of the fence here because the Terminator is a full machine. Robocop is still a cyborg. Technically, there's man in there.
It is, but the question is, Kill, is that bit of man inside going to give him the edge as far as the ability to think?
Well, just remember, he's still a cop, so he's got to think like a cop. He's got to be the good guy. The Terminator, there's no rules. There's no rules for the Terminator.
But we all know you don't want to piss off Robocop because Clarence Boddicker found out the hard way.
Yes,
got tossed around like a rag doll. And speaking of which, we got our contestants coming in, getting ready to get this fight on, ready to enter the arena for Battle World. So guys, sit back, relax. Let's do this. Here we go.
Drop it!
I'll be back.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
All right, guys. Okay.
Very nice.
So we got this. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. We got this thing set up. Two Titans going head to head. There's the tail of the tape kill. Look at this. It's evenly matched, bro. For Terminator at 6'2", 275 pounds. The signature weapon is the long slide with laser sighting. 6 films, and of course, by Arnold Schwarzenegger. What about on the Robocop side, man?
Okay, on Robocop, he stands at a dreamy 6 foot tall with that steely iron chin. He's 300 pounds. His signature weapon is the Beretta 93R. He has been in 3 films, but we don't really talk about the other 2. And the actor is the great Peter Weller.
Yeah, shout out to Robocop too, though. I will say Robocop.
Yes,
not 3 though, not 3.
Well, yeah, 3. Yeah, you know, yeah.
It's got CCH Pounder, so it gets a little bit of a pass for me.
It does.
But I'll let you have 2, but 3, I don't know.
Yes, exactly. All right, guys, you know how we do this thing. We're going to be scoring these 2 movies by categories, our regular set categories, and also some specialized categories. Real quick before we get going, want to give a shout out to our good buddy Ronan, who has his anniversary for channel membership. 6 months, bro. That's awesome stuff, man.
Good stuff.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, brother. You know that. He's saying, good evening, everyone. Love you all. This is going to be tough. Yes. Yes. And Ben's coming in with a super chat, starting this thing off quick. $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Saying, John Connor. Yes. Yes. Love it, man. Love it. Love it. Love it. And Dan, that's right. It's a tough choice, bro. It's a tough choice, but we're going to figure this thing out. Okay. All right. And for you guys that have just come in, definitely welcome. We're going to get going on this, and let's see where we go. So let's start with our categories. You guys know how we do this thing. We're going to start off with our first category, Eric, and you'll be first. Okay. Our first category is the poster. The poster. So what we're going to do, have you guys give us your quick take and then who gets the point. So Eric, here are the 2 posters. We've got the Terminator poster, and we also have Robocop. What do you think, man?
Both very simple. Both, they do a great job of having the focus on the character, the Terminator and Robocop right there in dead center. I'm going to go with the Terminator because like I said, they're both simple, but there's a little bit more edge to the Terminator. He actually has his weapon front and center. They show that even though it's just Arnold and all the flesh and everything, you can still see it. He's cybernetic with the text in the shades and stuff like that. And then I just love the red lines behind him and how his name in red, Schwarzenegger, up at the top.
All right. Very, very cool. And real quick to say welcome to the rest of you guys jumping in Friday. What's going on? Good to see you too. And just to remind you guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button. It helps to support us. We'd appreciate it. Also, for any of you guys that are doing super chats, and Ben, you had already put one in, you can let us know if you want to do this. But if you let us know which movie that you want to support, each dollar will add up to a point for that movie. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there. Okay, Coriander, next up for you, which way we're going to go for poster?
You got to put that other one back up, please.
Okay.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, this is kind of tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to say RoboCop, but I think I'm gonna have to go with, Terminator.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And real quick, we're starting this thing off quick. James coming into the chat saying Terminator all the way for the poster. I agree with Eric coming in with a $2 super chat. So that is going to be a 2 points. All right, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Very, very cool. All right. Kill. Where are we going with poster, man?
This is a hard one. Put the Robocop one up real quick. like, I agree with everything Eric was saying. I love how, he's there, he's getting out of his vehicle, he's about to go, like, stop some kids from jaywalking or whatever, but go back to Terminator. This guy is about to kill you. Okay. Like, and I mean, look at the fashion. He's got the black leather on, he's got the gun,
Yes.
and with the Terminator one, if you didn't know better, you would think the name of the movie is Schwarzenegger, because just how his name is just front and center.
Right.
Peter Weller, unfortunately his name is not as front and center as this one is. But this is just a badass poster with the coloring, the lettering. So yeah, Terminator all the way on this one.
Okay. All right. For me, and I do love both of these posters. And as we've talked about for every episode that we've done, a lot of these posters are very close. I don't think there's been a landslide vote in a poster, really, or at least not from all of us. So to me, this is pretty close. But I will say the thing I really like about the Terminator is like how Arnold is front and center a lot more than Robocop. Like, and I've seen variants of the Robocop poster where Robocop is more front and center, maybe from the mid chest and up. And I always enjoy those images a little bit better. Looks a little bit more intense. So I'm also going to go with the Terminator. All right. Very, very cool. Real quick too, in the chat, these guys, they're jumping in. Ronan saying the poster Robocop, even though I love the Terminator. All right. Val's going with the Terminator, just looks too badass.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Why not Ben saying Robocop looks better? All right. All right. Of course, Jason's going Terminator all the way. All right. Danielle said, what? Pay to win rules? There you go. There you go. This is going to be like Vegas. What's up, Dan? Michael's in the chat. What's going on, Michael? All right. Wayne's going with the Terminator poster as well. All right. Okay, Eric. Let's move on to our next category, and that is the tagline. So, for the tagline, for the Terminator tagline, that one is "Your future is in his hands." And for the Robocop tagline, it's "Part man, part machine, all cop."
I'm going to go with Robocop, and here's the reason why. That fits with the title of the movie. Part man, part machine, all cop. Something like that. The Terminator one is very, very vague. If you have no idea what the Terminator is about, like you're walking through and you see the movie poster, you have no idea that it has to deal with time travel or anything like that. So for me, it would be just too vague to bring me in to see that movie. So I'm going with Robocop.
All right. Okay. How about you, Coriander?
What was the Terminator again?
The Terminator's is "Your future is in his hands." And with Robocop, it's part man, part machine, all cop.
Yeah. I agree with Eric. It does. Obviously, it tells you more. You know what you're going to get into, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Kill. How about you? Who are we going with for the tagline?
I gotta agree with Eric. The Terminator one is just a little too vague. I mean, somebody could look at that poster and think it's just a regular human who's like a killer or a bounty hunter or a slasher. They may not even know the science fiction part. Whereas, the Robocop line, it goes with the movie, it sets a tone. I like it. So Robocop.
All right. Okay. For me, first of all, and Polar's in the chat too. What's up, Polar? Says those taglines are so retro, isn't it?
Very.
So true, man.
Very 80s.
Yeah. Ronan's going with Robocop. Both taglines, because I know the movies, they make sense. But like you said, Eric, if you didn't know, then it kind of, especially with the Terminator, it's too vague for me. So I'm definitely going to go with Robocop as well. Plus, I think the Robocop one, it just sounds really cool, man. Part man, part machine, all cop. You know, I just like that. It just is a good flow to it. So we're going with that. Ben's coming in the chat, a $5 super chat, saying your clothes, give them to me now. All right. Another vote for the Terminator. 5 votes for the Terminator. All right.
Wow.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. So let's go to our next category. Hey, what's up, D? Saying he agrees with Eric for the tagline. All right. All right. Next up, Eric, our next category is the opening. The opening to the movies. And again, when we talk about opening, you know, we're basically giving, you know, up to 15 minutes, I would say. So what are your thoughts?
Okay, this is the first, as we're going by, you know, easy street category. Both I like. Robocop sets the tone for like the 80s cheese and poking fun at consumerism and stuff like that, you know, the news shows, and it sets up that business, you know, making money, like Wall Street, you know, kind of like how they're going to be some of the villains. Like if we didn't know Boddicker was going to show up later.
Right.
But with the Terminator, and that's who gets the vote, we're starting right in the future. We're seeing the hunter killers and the flying HKs, the lasers. We're seeing what's going to happen, where technically we're at now, and why we're where we are. And it just steamrolls from there. So it's no contest with the Terminator being a better opening.
Okay. All right. Real quick, Strange Monkey's in the chat. What's up, bro? Good to see you.
Monkey.
Hope you're doing good. Saying, I'll go with Robocop as far as the taglines go. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And Danielle is saying Terminator, 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 Terminator. I love it. I love it. Coriander, how about you for the opening?
So the reason why I'm going for Robocop is because I do love, you know, because you've got like that news. It's kind of like an ET type of show, you know, where it's giving you, you know, shit that's going on. And I also like that you get to see Murphy come into the police station his first day. He, you know, he meets his new partner, which is that chick right there. What the hell's her name?
Lewis.
Yeah, man. And yeah, I mean, they go to the mill, the abandoned mill, and or whatever the hell it is, and you see, you know, Murphy. I mean, he gets blown away. He gets blown, his hands blown off. These guys are like just putting bullets in him. And I mean, yeah, you see Terminator go up to Sarah Connor, shot, you know, and that's it. Where Robocop, I mean, the gore is like in the first 12 minutes. It's great.
Yeah.
So that's
true.
why it gets my vote.
All right. Okay. Kill, how about you?
This is easy street here. Terminator, the OG Terminator to this day has one of the best openings. The Future War, and it's sad that old school view of the Future War is still almost better than some of the Future War scenes in the following Terminator movies. It sets it up great. You see the humans just getting crushed, and you see the future of war. You see the exoskeleton, and it is nightmare fuel. Okay, then on top of that, you got 2 naked men teleporting in, scaring the truck drivers in the LA slums, in the alleys. I mean, what the hell is going on with this movie? I don't know.
Just because you see something swinging doesn't mean it should get the vote, though.
I didn't say all that.
All right.
But
all right, Coriander.
You know, just essentially, you know, it sets up so much like scary future stuff with exoskeletons and so much mystery. Who are these guys? What the hell is going on? So yeah, this is Easy Street. This is Terminator.
That scene with the HK going over them skulls, though, that sticks with you.
Oh yeah, or the exoskeleton foot. That foot on that skull just crushing it. It's like, ooh, damn.
That's right. Real quick, so you're going with Terminator. So real quick, James is coming in with he's coming in with 2 super chats. One coming in, Terminator tagline is fire, set you up for the taking. And then saying the Terminator opening's the best, not predictable. it's not predictable isn't insane. All right. Okay. So we're we're getting some big support for Terminator, man. Terminator is ahead of the pack. Thank you so much for the super chats, man. We really appreciate it. So 5 points each. This is crazy, man. All right. Okay. For me, this is actually pretty easy as well because I think the opening for Terminator, it just it's just amazing. It totally grabs you to this day. I mean, the movie is almost what 40 years old or whatever, and it's like it still works. Everything about it works. The creativity, the mystery, the music, everything is just all together. It just hits you. But I do love the RoboCop opening, isn't? And it's a different style, like Coriander was saying. It kind of has the whole satire thing going on with the Entertainment Tonight type of vibe. So, but I gotta go with Terminator on this one. Got to do it. Okay. All right. Let's go to our next thing. Eric, we've got the music. We've got the music. So where are we going with, bro?
Terminator theme is iconic. Everyone knows it.
Yes.
But remember me, I like when it comes to themes and music, it's how it's used in the movie. And I think RoboCop uses his theme a lot better, and here's why. As menacing as the Terminator's theme is, to me personally, when I was watching this last night, when that theme plays, when he is driving his car, getting ready to, kill some bad guys and kick some ass, that seems like a superhero theme to me. You know what I mean? It made me think like, so it's a weird comparison. Like he's going to be like a more violent Superman. You know what I mean? Going to save the day type of thing. So that's what I loved. And then there's another theme that I really like in RoboCop. It's this theme when he's getting shot up by the cops. And it's a perfect use of dramatic music. And it hands down, no offense to the Terminator, it's no comparison because of the way it's used in the film. RoboCop, hands down, wins.
Okay. Coriander, I'm going to jump in front of you because I just got to go off of what he just said. I'm going with RoboCop as well. And I'm kind of surprised about it. Kill, I mean, we watched the Terminator as kids so many times, and I love the Terminator theme. It's absolutely fantastic. Who did it? It was Brad Fidel, right?
I don't remember.
I believe so. But here's the point. What you just said, Eric, is the reason I'm going to go with RoboCop because his theme is used throughout the whole movie, and that exact scene you're talking about, when he was getting shot the hell up by the cops and was barely escaping, the dramatic angle that the RoboCop theme took, it was powerful. As Coriander, I was humming the theme like hours after we finished watching it. Right, Coriander? You remember? I just kept humming it because it was like I hadn't seen RoboCop in a long time. For anyone who hasn't seen RoboCop in a long time, you guys got to check it out. I'm just saying. But
I watched the movie last night, and today at work, I was humming the theme when he's driving the car. So, it sticks with you. You know what I mean?
It does. So I'm going with RoboCop as well. I just wanted to get that out there. So before I lost my train of thought, because I'm doing so much here. Coriander, how about you, though? Who are you going with for the music in the film?
Yeah, ditto.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Kill, help me out here, man.
Okay. Well, apparently I like the bad guy. And so don't worry, guys, in the audience, I got you. Terminator music is better, and the reason for it. Now, I watched both of these movies this morning.
Okay.
And I do like the hero's theme for RoboCop. It's very nice, and I agree with all three of you guys. When he's getting shot up, you feel it. You feel it in the fields. But look, the Terminator music, when you just hear that dun dun. And then the crescendo comes in. But even past that, the chase music, when those car chases and that synth dark music, that evil twisted music kicks in more. When Kyle Reese is running from the cops in alleys, like it hits different. It hits in a dark place. So I definitely get it. With RoboCop, he is the hero, and I so agree with the whole violent Superman thing. That is,
I love that. Bro, I
But-
gotta make a video, and I gotta use that, man. Or either we can team up on it, because the way that phrase has got me thinking so many things. I'm sorry, Go ahead.
No. I agree with you guys on that. But the darkness, the synth, the '80s stank that's on the Terminator. For me, it just hits so much more because I remember so many more of the different tunes more than the RoboCop ones.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. And Sir James is coming in, still holding the flag for the T800, saying the Terminator soundtrack is the best. I listen to it all the time. You feel like you're there. Brad Fidel rocks. Yeah, man. I've got it on my Spotify as well, man. So we're going with another 5-pointer.
Looks
Sir
like
James
the Terminator's gonna win.
Sir James is making sure this thing goes a certain way.
I guess.
Right?
Yes.
Well, between me and Sir James, we just won the music grouping just now.
Pretty much. But we will have our tally, and then we will have the tally with anyone else who's voting, though. So just to keep that in mind too. And real quick, let me just jump to the chat because I know I'm behind with you guys. Let's see. D, what's going on? D doesn't want to make a choice. He's saying tie. All right. I can't disagree with that. Danielle saying, and I thought Terminator Genesis was a great soft reboot. It definitely had its moments. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
I think that there were some things about it that I really, really enjoyed. There were some things I think was a little bit of a missed opportunity, but yeah. And we got Ben coming in and has gifted 5 memberships, man. Holy crap. Wow, man. Thank you so much. That is crazy. And hey, Nanette's in the chat. Nanette got one gifted too. All right. Nice. Oh, man. Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you so much. That helps us out so much. It really, really does. Seriously.
Very cool.
And, Danielle saying, Sir James is definitely a resistance fighter. That's true, man. That's true. Real quick, man, for Why Not Ben, seriously, bro, we appreciate the support. You're always just helping us out and stuff like that. It means a lot. And so this one's for you. We got a message from our good friend Clarence.
Come on, Sal. Tigers are playing tonight. I never miss a game.
Yeah, I love it.
There you
guns.
I like it.
Oh man. I got some stuff coming up.
You know what's great?
What?
Rachel saw him in that 70s show first, and then saw him in this, and she couldn't believe it was the same guy.
Yes. Isn't that something? It's so true, man. Kurtwood Smith is so talented, so man. He really is. He is. But seriously, Ben, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much, bro. Seriously. All right. Let's go to our next category here, Eric. We're gonna talk about the director. We got our good friend Paul Verhoeven against the self-proclaimed king of the world in James Cameron. Who are you going with?
Ooh, we got self-proclaimed psychopath Paul Verhoeven, who I absolutely love.
Yeah, you do.
I would do anything to get a hold of an interview with that man. And if you want to go down that rabbit hole, good luck. But it's a fun ride. And then James Cameron. But we're talking strictly this movie. I'm going with Verhoeven. And I love both directors, so I'm not playing favorites. I'm going with Verhoeven because of the mixture in tone of the shots. And no disrespect to a lot of the stuff that Cameron films when it comes to the action. A lot of the action in, I think, the way the camera is held, like that street chase before Murphy is killed, when they're chasing Boddicker and everybody with the money and can you fly, Bobby? That scene, that is amazingly filmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just think between these two, I think Verhoeven, and he's an unknown. I mean, so was Cameron at this time, but I think he's still less unknown. He seems like he would have maybe more to prove being a foreign director. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And his first couple of movies failed at the box office, so he had more to prove. So I think I'm going to give it to Verhoeven.
Okay. All right. We're going with Mr. Verhoeven. Okay. And these guys in the chat, they can't believe that was Kurtwood. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Some of the
right.
stuff he does,
Hey.
like that he ad-libbed in this movie. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Hey, Denisha, what's going on?
Hey.
And Val, and yes, Gina, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Gina also jumping on the kindness train. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. It looks like it went to Melissa. All right. Well, there we go. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you. And Val, thank you for reminding me about that. And Val, I sent something to you on Instagram too. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Coriander, how about you? Which director were you going for these two movies?
Oh man.
It's tough.
It really is. You know, I think RoboCop had more like shots with, you know, I guess, well, you did have the war scene, but how many, you know, you'd see like a machine here and there, you know, but it just seems like, because you had that other dude in RoboCop who made that huge, you know, machine cop. What the hell was he?
Ed
Remember
209.
that?
Ed
Yeah.
209. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know. I think special effects for it's tough. It's tough.
Well, we're
'cause
going with
it's
director though.
director. I know.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Don't
dude.
jump ahead to another category yet, man. You guys.
I don't know why I couldn't be last. Flip a coin for me.
Well, think of it
I'm gonna
this
go
way.
RoboCop.
I mean, when you look,
I'm gonna go RoboCop. There you go.
Okay. There we go. All right. Kill. Who are we going with?
Okay. Once again, I am going separate from you guys. I'm going with James Cameron and the Terminator. And my reasoning for this: 1984, 1987. You wouldn't have a RoboCop movie without the Terminator. You wouldn't.
True.
You wouldn't. And what James was able to do with that budget and those skilled men and women at that time totally revolutionized the way we looked at action sci-fi horror. You know, because that's what this is. It's action sci-fi horror. And it's more to it than just the war scenes. You know, it's the chase sequences. It's the slasher aspect.
Yeah, it's definitely a slasher movie.
Yeah, it's the camera angles that, you know, is right there as he pushes his way into the door, pushing at you, like coming right at you. You know, it's so much that James put in there, so many little techniques that were definitely used in RoboCop. No disrespect to Verhoeven. I love Verhoeven. Yeah. Shouts out to Total Recall, you know. But I got to stick with the OG here because I see so much of some of those techniques in RoboCop. You know, even though I do agree with you guys, there's more complexity with the scenes and so forth, you know, because it's a more complex world he's building. But I still got to go with James Cameron.
All right. Okay. And Sir James is also going with the king of the world.
My man.
Have to go with James Cameron. I worked with Andy Schmidt on a film. He was one of the directors of RoboCop. It was his first movie. He was 18 years old.
Wow, nice. That's very cool.
Nice.
Well, that's cool. Wow. All right, man. Thank you so much again for jumping in and doing your super chat and showing your love for the Terminator. We appreciate it. For me, this is a really tough one because I think both directors did a hell of a job with these two movies. You know, in my opinion, both of these movies are amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm going to give the slight edge. Now, again, because we're basing this just on these two movies, not the rest of their careers, but I'm gonna give the slight edge to James Cameron, and this is why, because with this movie, there was such a sense of dread throughout, all the way throughout the movie, and that's really hard to maintain. You know what I'm saying? Like he was able to maintain this dread in a movie that had so many genres that were splicing together with each other: action, sci-fi, horror, and the atmosphere peppered throughout is just so amazing. it's just crazy to think how good this movie is with the budget that it had and all the issues that he had as a director to get it done. So I want to give the slight edge to James Cameron on this, but obviously Paul Verhoeven did a hell of a job. No doubt about that. Okay, guys, this is getting interesting, man. This is getting interesting. Daniel said, I hope one of the categories is Terminator versus RoboCop in a fight.
That would be a coin toss to me.
Right? Jason Rushman, what's up, man? Good to see you. I wish I could direct a movie. That's all right, man. What's up, Brian? Brian's in the chat. D saying Cameron for me, but Verhoeven is underrated. Yeah, true enough. Ginger Ninja, what's up, bro? In the chat.
Hey, Ninja.
Good to see you. It's Mike saying you should do Jaws versus the Meg one day. You never know. You never know. I do want to say, we do have a list that we are putting together, and so we definitely got some interesting things coming up. No doubt about that. Okay, let's go to our next category. Eric, we're going to talk about the supporting characters. So obviously, when we talk about the Terminator, we're talking about Sarah, we're talking about Kyle, we're talking about Paul Winfield's character, Lance Henriksen's character. For RoboCop, we're talking about Clarence and Lewis, and all the bad guys. We're talking about what's his name?
Dick Jones, Miguel Ferrer,
Ronnie Cox. Yeah, we're talking about all those guys. So who are we going with?
Ooh. Okay. It's kind of like a coin toss situation, but hear me out when I say RoboCop. Okay, I love Kyle Reese. We all love Michael Biehn and everything he is. So he is probably like the best character. You know what I mean? I love Linda Hamilton and everything she's in, but she's not the Sarah Connor we know and air quotes love yet. She takes this whole film to make that journey. And then, Lance Henriksen, Paul Winfield, they're magic together. But
they were, yeah.
RoboCop has Lewis. I love her because she can kick ass and she doesn't take no shit. We've already talked about our love for Clarence Boddicker. Do we need to say any more about him? I love Emil. He's a great scumbag. You know what I mean? He's got a great death. Miguel Ferrer is always aces, no matter what he's in. And then, even Ronnie Cox, he's such an evil prick in this. But he's like the perfect 80s businessman. And even the old man, old Connell Cochran. I love showing when he shows up. So I gotta go with RoboCop.
All right. Okay. All right. Coriander, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with Eric. I'm RoboCop.
Okay. All right. Kill, how about you? Who are we going with?
Well, this one for me is hard, and I knew this was going to be one of the questions here. And I think I kind of said this in our last week's versus Battle World. The supporting characters interact with RoboCop on RoboCop, whether negatively or positively. But for the most part, the supporting characters don't interact with Arnold. And our main supporting actor or actress, where Sarah and it's Kyle. Essentially, Kyle is our protagonist. We should be rooting for him. So it's kind of hard to look at him as a supporting character, him or Linda Hamilton. So I'm going to go with RoboCop here because the supporting characters are smarmy, they're slimy, they're awesome, they're badass women that kick ass, they're cocky, funny, Boddicker. And it's just so many of them that they have to outweigh Terminator. And Rodney Cox, whether you're Cohagen or whether you're you are always slimy, sir, and thank you for your service. So, RoboCop.
All right. He went all the way back to Cohagen.
Well,
all right.
Cohagen would be after this, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, what I mean is back in the day, as far as movies. Yeah. Yep. All right, man. Danielle saying Terminator because every supporting character was an actual character with weight. Oh, okay.
Good point.
Yeah, but for Paul Winfield and Lance Henriksen, they weren't, they were great in their role, though. I love them. We were talking about that too when we watched it. Ben coming in for a $2 super chat. Another Terminator vote. 2 points. Nobody is voting for RoboCop. That's crazy. All right. Wow.
Fix. I call that a
crazy.
fix.
Stop the
That
steal.
is absolutely crazy. If you're a fan of RoboCop, man, you're gonna want to try to get in on this thing and vote it. And let's see. And Ben's coming in with another super chat saying the girl robot from Halloween. Okay, so is that for RoboCop? You gotta let me know, man.
Since it's got Colonel Cochran in it.
Yeah. I'm assuming.
I think they're talking about Terminator 3, the female Terminator.
Oh, maybe.
The girl ended up being a robot in Halloween 3. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, well, you'll have to explain that one to us, Ben. Make it easy for me, bro. Make it easy for me. And Sir James is switching sides here. Clarence and Dick Jones for me. OCP owns the. All right. But only a $2 super chat for RoboCop. There we go.
We'll take it. He's not showing favoritism. Good for you, Sir James.
I love it. Good one, man. Good one. Troy's going with RoboCop. Savage Zombie in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you. Okay. The girl with the Lexus Terminator. Well, we're not talking about Terminator 3, though. Come on, guys. All right. So let's go to. Oh, I didn't even say mine. Yeah, for supporting characters, this one was easy one for me. Yeah, man, I'm controlling so many different things all at once. Is absolutely crazy. I'm surprised I can talk sensibly. For me, I'm gonna go with RoboCop because I just think that they outweigh the characters in the Terminator, which of course, and I love Michael Biehn and I love Linda Hamilton, but like you said, Eric, Linda Hamilton isn't playing the Sarah Connor that she eventually will become in this movie. Although she was very likable.
Oh, she was great.
She was excellent in this role. But yeah, I gotta go with RoboCop on this one. Okay, next up, and Ben coming in saying, "Oh." What is going on, man? Thank you for the super chat, though. All right. Next category. The best quotes. Eric, we're going to start with you. Best quotes. Let's do a quick take on this. Which movie has the best quotes overall? And if you want to say your favorite quote, let us know what it is.
Oh, man. Tough. Because there's so many memorable ones in Terminator from, I'll be back. That made Arnold's career. Yeah. Come with me if you want to live.
Right.
But I have so much fun with RoboCop, and to me, there's so much more in RoboCop. So that's why it's winning. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That's one of like the perfect quote. I love how he says it when he's alive and when he's RoboCop.
Yeah, that was a cool little thing.
And then guns. Give me my fucking phone call after he spits the blood. Bitches leave. Anything Boddicker says, Bobby, can you fly, Bobby?
Yeah.
I love when Cox he says, "Ooh, a new toy. Can I play?" And they blow up his car.
Yeah.
I'll buy that for $1. That's it. I've said enough. RoboCop.
All right. Okay. All right, Coriander, how about Eric? How about you, Coriander?
Yeah, RoboCop had a lot more. So don't ask me my favorite because
that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's hard to pick.
It is. It is really hard to pick.
Ramble them off.
Yeah. Kill.
I'm
how
glad
about
you did.
Me too.
Man, this is hard. I would say Terminator probably has more memorable ones, but RoboCop has more and funnier ones. And as we were sitting here, all the ones Eric was naming, I was like, yep, those are the ones in my head. And I'm trying to think of other Terminator ones that are in Terminator. And there are,
I'll come with me if you want to live.
Come with me if you want to live.
You're terminated, fucker.
Yeah, you're terminated. But other than those three, that's when it starts to get a little hard for me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go RoboCop with this one.
Okay, man. All right. For me, and these got a good one here too. They'll fix you. They fix everything. Yep. That was, and here's the thing for me. Okay, I'm going with RoboCop on this one, even though I think Terminator has a couple that are just huge, and obviously I'll Be Back is one of them. But the thing that was cool with the RoboCop quotes, like that one that Dee just said, that was one that was in my mind, is that it's said and it's cool, but also there's emotional weight behind it. And I got to give credit to Peter Weller because, well, and we'll get to some of that other stuff too, but Peter Weller, the way he said it, it was kind of like a jab, but also there was pain in it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
He's disappointed when he said it.
Yes. So I'm definitely going to go with RoboCop on this one.
I was watching this, bits and pieces with my daughter because it's too violent for her. But I had to call her in the room. I said, watch this part. RoboCop, do you have anything to say to the kids watching at home? And I told my daughter, watch this. Stay out of trouble.
I love it. I love it, man. Sir James coming in and once again giving the OCP some love, saying RoboCop. Thank you so much, man.
OCP loves their money.
That's right. I'll buy that for $1. All right. So we got the quotes out of the way. Now we want to remind you guys also as we get about halfway through this thing, that this is our weekly Battle World streams. And Eric did something that was really cool just a couple weeks ago, and he chronicled the tally, for a lot of our combatants. And I was looking at the list, Eric, and we I don't want to necessarily get into it right now, but some people had a really interesting win-loss record, man. I mean, Freddie, won one, he lost one. You got the Jin, he got one, pretty much a landslide victory. So it's pretty crazy, man.
And what I like is our boy Jason, he's 3-0, and what I've said before about these type of battle wars is we're 100% fair based on categories. Anyone who is a regular viewer of this channel, they know how much you guys love Michael Myers. Your boy is 0-3, so it can go any way.
Yeah, man, he's definitely he's looking for some revenge. But funny that you mentioned a certain person, because we got to give credit to the man, the myth, the legend, who at some point is going to be looking for a new challenger. We got to talk about the man who's at the top of the mountain, the world's heavyweight, five-time heavyweight champion. There he is, man.
It's gonna be tough to knock him off that mountain.
It's gonna be tough to knock him off the mountain. Do you see that mask kill? It's all crisp. Richard Brooker, baby. All right. Very, very cool stuff. Real quick, too, in the chat, I want to catch up to these guys. Ben's coming in with a $2 super chat for the Terminator, just saying Terminator. I love this. This is just like, hey, Terminator, hey, RoboCop, hey. Val also coming in with a $5 super chat saying, jeez. This one is for Danielle. Terminator. By the way, did you guys know Danielle loves the Terminator? I guess so. Oh my God. Nice. Good one. Hey, there's a lot of love in here, and it makes you get all mushy, like super mushy. You know what I'm saying, Kill? And sometimes it reminds me of one of my favorite scenes from RoboCop that I know that you absolutely love as well. That we had a lot of great laughs, and it gets us all, well, let's just say mushy inside.
Don't touch me, man!
Don't touch me, man.
That's the scene, right, Kill?
That's the scene.
I was telling Coriander, I said, if you ask my brother what's the funniest scene that we used to crack up as kids for RoboCop, he's gonna name that scene. I would have bet $1 million. $1 million. All right. Ben coming in saying you did Jason dirty with the pick night. What do you mean? That's Richard Brooker, baby. He's crisp. He's looking good. He is looking good. But thanks, Ben, man. We appreciate you, brother. But yeah, Jason's the heavyweight champion, man, and he's going to be looking for a challenger at some point, So yeah. All right. Let's get going. Next up for our categories, we're going with overall story, Eric. Overall story. So what do we got, man?
Both are really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sucker. I'm always a sucker for time travel. You know that, Night.
Yes.
You know what I like though? I'm going with RoboCop because I really like how would I phrase this right? I like how the story shows how a man who is fighting for the side of good, he fails, and then a corporation through dirty deeds resurrects him to do that same good, but he's not himself type of thing. And then he has to find himself who he used to be. I still love the scene where he's walking through his abandoned house. And you're just finding the picture and world's greatest. I don't know if it's world's greatest dad or greatest husband mug. Yeah. I love that. The tragedy of him losing everything, coming back to nothing, and now he's not in control of himself. So I think for me the RoboCop story just hits me personally more.
All right. Okay, Coriander, how about you?
Shit, dude. Well, I'll go after Killian. Can I do that?
Okay, Kill. what are we doing for story, man?
Well, RoboCop, the storyline for me is not the best. And this might be a very not popular answer. The RoboCop remake, I thought, had a way better story and had way more heart to it. And a lot of people didn't even see the RoboCop remake, but his family was there. Mm-hmm. They were like, "Oh, my dad got fixed. Am I going to get to see my dad?" There was a lot more stakes and weight in that. Whereas this, it's more satire, it's more comical, it's tragic, but it doesn't have that weight to me. Whereas Terminator, I love future war, I love time travel, I love sentient machines that deem humans the most vile and evil thing that will destroy the planet. And I love sending a soldier who works for me into the past to have sex with my mama to make me. It's so much timey-wimey stuff going on in there that there's stakes there. Sarah Connor coming of age, sort of say, becoming the Sarah Connor we know and love, her transformation, her loss in this. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with Terminator for this one.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna get that. Ready? We're gonna get that word trending. Timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey. Right?
Love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Terminator also. I like the story. I like, when the Terminator is actually like in the bar, it's, Sarah's right there and she thinks that Kyle's the bad guy, but it's actually, Arnold. And yeah, I just like how, you don't know who you can trust at first, and then you don't know if you can trust this person who's saving you because he sounds crazy. So yeah, and it's a love story, and yeah, I like this Terminator better.
Okay, all right. Real quick too, let me just jump back in the chat here. Sir James coming in, saying the Terminator story is fire. Coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, man. And why not Ben coming in saying timey-wimey? Okay. All right, man.
Love it.
Wayne saying Bill Paxton in the Terminator. Yes, yes, absolutely. For me, and I think both of these movies are really, really good. And I think they're also they're different enough that, if you feel a certain way, you might be in the mood for one versus the other as far as what the story provides. But overall, I got to go with Terminator on this. Again, you've got the time travel, you've got the doomed love story, you've got the paranoia and the tension and the atmosphere all throughout it, multiple genres that are mixing together pretty much flawlessly. So I gotta overall give it to Terminator, but definitely love Robocop quite a bit. So that's where I'm going with that. Real quick too, in the chat, Miguel's in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying this. Saying Robocop is the better story. Michael Miner, co-writer of Robocop, was a guest speaker in my screenwriting class over a decade ago. The storytelling wisdom he shared is something that I will never forget.
Very cool.
That's cool.
That is cool, man. Very, very nice. Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here and sharing that. That's very, very cool. All right, guys. Let's go to our next one, Eric. And we are going to be talking about the acting. Where we're gonna go with this one, man.
That's tough, because I think Peter Weller does great with what he's given. Clarence Boddick or Kurtwood Smith is great, but honestly, I'm not showing favoritism. I'm gonna go with the Terminator this time, because just the way Michael Biehn handles his character, knowing he knows his fate. He knows he's not going to make it back. He knows how important it is to save this woman. You buy it when he starts to tell her the story of how he loves her, and he fell in love with her without even meeting her, type of thing. I would die for John Connor. And then again, Arnold, he's the robot for a reason. You know what I mean? He's not at his pinnacle of acting skills yet. But when he delivers those lines, he does what he needs to do to make that character menacing. And then plus the chemistry with Paul Winfield and Lance Henriksen, that's just a lot of fun. So I got to give it to Terminator, mainly based on Michael Biehn.
All right. Sounds good. How about you, Coriander?
I'm going to have to, and my pick is solely because of Robocop. I mean, the way that I can't even think of his name. What the hell?
Peter Weller.
Name? Yes.
Peter Weller.
The way that Peter Weller moves, the way he sounds. I mean, he's so good. You believe that he's, part machine. And I mean, you feel for the guy. He's got tender moments, and I mean, he's great. So there you go.
All right. Okay. So we're going with Robocop. How about you, Kill?
This one's kind of hard, but I am going to go with Terminator. Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn primarily. Pretty much, the same things Eric said about Michael Biehn, I totally agree with. And Linda Hamilton, because as this movie goes on, she grows. She's an innocent all-American girl in the 80s, working at a diner, partying with her friends. She's a good girl in a bad city. But as this movie goes on, she grows into it. She starts to learn. And at the end of this movie, she's a survivor. And I agree as far as Arnold, he's a robot, but Arnold does a lot of acting. It's physical acting. It's all the things that he brings to this character, the eye tracking and then moving his head where his eyes go, the mannerisms, the gait that he uses. It's a lot like how we say Kane Hodder does so much without saying anything. So he is acting. He's not going to win an Academy Award because he barely speaks, but he does a lot of acting with his mannerisms and body language. So between those three, especially Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn, I'm going to go with Terminator.
Okay. All right. Now, for me, first of all, let me get to Sir James here. He's coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Saying Terminator acting is the best. James Cameron knows how to make the actors gel together. They definitely did gel together. I will say that's a great way to word it. It was flawless, really. Thank you so much for that, man. We really appreciate it. You are holding up the flag for the Terminator, man. You are. Um, Troy coming in saying Robocop. He's a Terminator, gets to emote, and I got Kurtwood over Bean. Robocop wins it. Okay, so let me just tell you guys what I think. And first of all, I think everything that you guys have said is pretty much on point because Michael Bean was amazing, and that was why he was selected to play Kyle Reese because he could have that tortured soul type of energy which he had throughout the movie, which I thought was amazing. And Kill, to your point, and I agree with Arnold. You know, obviously we love Arnold, everything he did as the Terminator, but I gotta give some credit to Peter Weller, man, because Peter Weller in that suit was so uncomfortable for him. I remember seeing behind the scenes stuff about he couldn't even really move that well, but when you watch the movie, he was able to he worked himself out. He was getting a workout just walking.
I think he lost like 10 pounds a day of just water weight.
Sweating. Yeah, just sweating, you know. But he was doing it so he could look right as Robocop. And I also want to piggyback to something you said earlier, Eric, which I forgot to say. When he was in the house and getting all the memories back, you know what part I love about that really kind of hit me in the feels is when he started to get all the memories back and he starts kind of walking with this anger, you know what I mean? He kind of like does this little shimmy thing and then he hits the TV.
Yeah.
That was amazing, bro. That was amazing. That's Peter Weller. That's all Peter Weller, you know? So I just want to give some credit to all these guys, but definitely I think Peter Weller did a great job as a cyborg. But overall, I think I'm going to go with Terminator. All that being said, I think I'm going to go with Terminator. And it really is the strength, especially with Michael Biehn and with Linda Hamilton in the roles that they have. Paul Winfield, always a home run. Lance Henriksen, always a home run as well. And I think they just edge out RoboCop just a little bit for me.
Even the actor who plays Dr. Silverman, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Who just thinks, you know, Kyle's crazy, you know, and he shows it like behind the glass, you know, he just laughs at him.
That's right.
He's really good too.
That's right. Okay, guys. Wow. This is getting absolutely crazy here. Let me just catch up to the chat here for a second. Philip is going with Terminator. And let's see. Wayne reminding us Peter Weller was great as a villain in 24. Yes.
There's some in that.
Friday saying Terminator overall better, but that performance from Peter Weller is perfect. Agree, man. That's what I was talking about, man. Because as soon as you started talking about that scene, Eric, the first part that came to my mind was just how when he started to get so emotional and the way he was walking and he kind of does this thing with his head as he's walking. And I'm just like, this guy, he was on fire, man. He was on fire. Okay, we're almost to the end here, guys. Our next category, you knew this was going to happen. Lewis or Connor. So this is basically talking about our wonderful lead actresses. You've got Anne Lewis and you've got Sarah Connor. Eric, who are we going with?
You know, some people might think it's blasphemy. I'm picking Lewis because, like I said earlier, this isn't the Sarah Connor we know we associate with yet. Now, no disrespect. Like I like how she is this blue collar woman trying to make an honest buck working at a diner, and then she becomes, you know, she's the one on your feet soldier to Kyle Reese. But what I like about Lewis is we're introduced to her kicking the ass of a bad guy. I love her chemistry with Peter Weller because they're always trying to one up each other, you know, who's going to drive the car type of thing. And what really gets me is why I pick her is her loyalty to RoboCop when all the cops are going on strike, when they're blowing him away. She takes him into hiding. She goes and gets his gun, you know, food. She helps him get his target sighting back. And she almost dies at the end when it's 2 on 4 or 5 with Bodeker's men. So I got to go with Lewis.
All right. Okay. Coriander, how about you?
You know, I am actually gonna pick Sarah. Just because you can see at the end of the movie she's a different woman, And I liked, seeing her go through her arc. And yeah, so there you go.
Okay. All right. Kill, how about you?
This is an interesting one because the Sarah that we have at the end of this movie is the survivor, the turning into the Sarah that we know in the preceding movies. But that's the last 5 minutes of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Lewis is Sarah Connor in a few years, essentially.
All right.
Sarah in a few years will be up to Lewis level, and then past that, then we'll get the Sarah Connor who's like super hardcore and in Terminator 2, which is way past Lewis by that time. But this one I'm gonna go with Lewis because, like Eric said, when we meet her, she's a badass and she takes no shit, and she's a true partner. She's the one that kind of starts to realize, hey, this is my ex-partner that died. She's the one that went up to him and kind of told him who he was and was there when nobody else noticed those things. And like Eric said, she almost died at that shootout at the end. So she's ride or die, and I'm ride or die with her. So Lewis, RoboCop for this one.
All right. For me, man, this was pretty this is pretty tough because I think both characters were really good in what they were. You know what I mean? And even thinking about it right now, it's really, really hard to go back and forth. I'm gonna lean to Sarah on this one. And actually, Coriander, I think that you said it really well. The growth that she had in the movie was pretty awesome, and it was a slow ascension. You know what I'm saying? But you could totally tell. I guess what I'm saying is there was a lot of believability in how she portrayed the character, because at first she didn't want to believe any of this shit, and it literally had to be put right in her face before she started to kind of get on board. And once she got on board, there was this, she's believable to be the mother of the savior of the human race, of John Connor. You know what I mean? In this movie, she's not what she eventually becomes, and that's a whole different story. But in this movie, I gotta give credit to Sarah Connor on this one, so that's what I'm going with. Let's see, and Danielle is giving credit where credit's due, saying, "Okay, I agree. Sarah was not badass in Terminator throughout, so I suppose I'll vote RoboCopper." All right, good deal.
But you know what? To Sarah's credit, Terminator takes place over the course of like one long night, and so it's like a day and a half. So she gets badass in a quick period of time.
Yeah, it's true. Real quick too, Ben's coming in with a Terminator vote saying Kana. I love it. We just get the one words now. That's crazy. That's awesome. Sir James coming in saying Connor, but Lewis made a mistake when she took her eyes off of dude zipping his pants. Yeah, she got hit hard.
No one's perfect.
All right, that's right. So he's going with Terminator. All right, okay. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate both of you guys jumping in and giving the support. Okay. All right. Let me just make sure I've got everything set here. Okay. Our next category is a negative for the loser, one of our special categories. Let's do this, Eric. The most violent film.
Oh, come on. This is easy street for me. Okay. Most violent film goes to RoboCop, because I've watched. If you've seen it on Blu-ray, the only thing available is the director's cut. Here's the thing. Okay, Terminator shoots people. He shoots everybody. In the police precinct. A lot of it is off screen. Okay, the first Sarah Connor, she's killed off screen. It's violent because he still points the gun down at her after she's gone and then fires away. But a lot of it is off screen. This is Paul Verhoeven. Okay, these people don't just get shot; they get turned into hamburger meat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look what happened to Emil when he comes out as like the Toxic Avenger and he's hit with the car and splatters everywhere. There is no comparison. When Murphy, he's not just killed, he's executed.
Yeah.
There's no comparison.
When his hand gets blown off.
Exactly.
It's like,
There-
holy shit.
you know,
All
and
right.
and it just you know when he saves the would-be rape victim and where the guy gets shot there. Come on, you got to give a bonus point to most violent for that too. So
All right. Okay.
RoboCop wins.
D's going with RoboCop as well. Danielle's going with RoboCop, saying RoboCop was more vicious. Terminator was more cold, calculated. So RoboCopper wins again. Mike is going with Terminator. All right. Okay, Coriander, how about you? Who are you going to go with?
Yeah, I have to go with RoboCop.
Okay.
You saw a lot of gore with this movie.
Okay. All right. Kill, how about you?
See, this one is not easy. Definitely not easy streak for me.
Right.
And the reason for it is the question that I'm mulling over is most violent, not most gruesome.
Mhm.
And regardless of if it's off screen or not, oh, I want the Uzi 9mm. Oh, thank you. Boom. You kill a gun owner. You kill a grandmother. You kill a girl in her apartment with her date. You're shooting up an entire police station, and no police officer survived. You
That's
hear
right.
them running and dying in the halls.
Mhm.
Now, no disrespect to RoboCop.
A lot of drug dealers died in that building, though.
A lot of the RoboCop came in and saw all of his targets and was just kind of boom, 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 boom. It wasn't too gruesome. It was very tactical, very Terminator-like, you know. But there are more gruesome kills, in my opinion. And when he's massacred, was very violent and gruesome itself. But I still got to go Terminator with this one. I'm sorry, because when even when I was younger, him just saying "I'll be back," crashing through that glass, and then proceeding to murder every human that moves in that building, reloading numerous times.
Yeah,
that wouldn't fly today in our cinema. And I think we all know where I'm leading with that.
Right.
So for me, it's Terminator.
Okay. All right. Real quick, Sir James, speaking the truth, $5 super chat saying RoboCop because it was almost an X rating. That's true, man. Yep. Because of the boardroom scene, the Laserdisc had that footage, not the VHS. That's a great point, man. Yep. I actually forgot all about that. It truly was, man. Very, very cool point. I love that. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you so much. And speaking of which, just for the fun of it, because you did the vote for RoboCop, we still gotta give some credit to our guy Clarence. Here we go with Clarence again.
Come on, Sal. Tigers are playing. 2 nights. I never miss a game.
I love him. When he sits down, puts his fingers in the wine, and
yes, yes, I know. I was like, what is he doing?
He chews up so much scenery.
I know.
So good.
Guns. I love it. Ginger Ninja coming in saying, RoboCop, come quietly or there will be trouble. Love it, man. That was a great quote. All right, so for most violent, this is Kill. I think you explained it pretty well, because you've got some big moments in both of these movies. And I guess for me, there's also a difference between the gruesome and just being violent. But man, when I just think about so many of the different scenes, and again, we just watched both of these movies just the other day, man. And Coriander, she knows this. When we were watching RoboCop, it was a lot of like, damn, it's like it just was like, damn, and not just the chief villains, like other people were getting aced the fuck out, man. So I gotta go with RoboCop on this, but definitely it is close. It is close because like both of you guys said, there's some stuff that is off screen that you don't see. But definitely I gotta go.
I totally get Kill's point of view, because that's why I mentioned, he doesn't just kill the first Sarah Connor with a shot to the head. He does the double tap to make sure she's gone. This is a woman in probably like her 60s or 70s. So
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Absolutely. All right. Next up, we're going to be talking about the most emotion. Which of these two has the most emotion for you, Eric?
I think I said it earlier. Got got to go with RoboCop because I like the fact that he was a cop. He came from a good precinct, thrown way over his head. Didn't survive his first day on the job, technically, you know what I mean? And then, he doesn't have, he had no say in it. His wife doesn't know. His kid doesn't know. He's brought back from the dead. And then just the memories coming back, realizing, I was a person. I had a wife and child. They're gone. You know what I mean? And it's just, again, there's more of a, me, I'm a sucker for that tortured character. And I think Alex Murphy as RoboCop is a tortured character. And I love how eventually, even though he has to play by the rules, it's still kind of a revenge movie too. When he sees Emil at the gas station, and then when that shot when he's looking right at Bodeker's mugshot, shit's on. So
yeah,
I got to go RoboCop.
Good point there, man. D's going with RoboCop. Friday's going with RoboCop. All right, Coriander, who are you gonna go with?
Yeah, I mean, the Terminator, he's just a killer. He's got no emotion. And there are times with RoboCop that you could see, he was struggling. So, yeah, definitely RoboCop.
Okay. All right. How about you, Kill?
For me, even though in Terminator you have Kyle Reese and he's kind of, laying down all of, human history in the future and, telling his story growing up as a child, I got to go with RoboCop because you have a guy, you have a father that's murdered on his first day at the new precinct. And then essentially he gets jolted with these memories, having a nightmare, and he proceeds to try to solve his own murder, essentially. Even going back to the home he used to own with his happy family. So, I'm going to have to go RoboCop.
All right. Wayne is saying he's going with the Terminator, especially towards the end. RoboCop, mostly just the beginning. The Terminator, I think he means all the way through. Kay's going with RoboCop. Ginger Ninja saying that's tough. Reese goes through a lot, but Murphy goes through a lot as well. Got to side with RoboCop though. All right. And Danielle, this is a good one. Saying, "Damn, I remember there were some heartfelt tears for the character of RoboCop. Terminator had emotion as well, but RoboCop, I remember I cried for his character." Oh, well, there you go.
That's what I like about these categories. How big ride or die has Danielle been for the Terminator, and even she admits that's what.
There you go. Exactly, and that's why I like doing it this way.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you, definitely. Philip's going with Terminator. Troy's going with RoboCop. Mike's going with RoboCop. All right. For me, and I agree. Obviously, Alex goes through a hell of a lot, and there's definitely a lot of emotion in it. And also with Lewis and how she was dealing with the realization that, hey, this is my partner, and trying to figure that out and stuff. But I also think about on the other side with Kyle, this tortured soul, and just what he was going through, and the realization of Sarah's life and how it changes. And of course, we understand that in this movie, and of course in the sequel we see it play out. But even in this movie, you're just like, man, this has changed her whole life. If you had the knowledge of what was going to happen, that's a tough pill to swallow. But I got to go with RoboCop on this one, man. And again, I think it's because of, again, shout out to Peter Weller, man. It's hard to emote like he did, especially in the suit. But also with Lewis. I mean, there were some, like, again, that scene, I know we talked about it earlier, but that scene when he's getting shot to hell and the way he's reaching, you remember that, Eric, when he was kind of reaching to escape and the way the shadow and the light is behind him, man, I was
you see the one eye through the visor.
That's right. He's got one eye that you can see his regular eye through the visor. And it was just like, man, is he gonna die? I remember as a kid, I was thinking, are they gonna kill this guy? Or this robot, I should say. So yeah, I gotta go with RoboCop.
What really helps me with this category is, we mentioned the scene where he goes to his old home. They do a really good job of when he's dying before he becomes RoboCop, and then you have the flashbacks sporadically, handing his wife a towel when she's in the shower, taking the Halloween picture with the son, that type of stuff. So that adds to it. Really well done.
It does, man. No doubt about it. Okay, next up, we got a couple more here. We're almost at the finish line. Better cyborg effects. We'll start with you, Eric. Of course, this is amazing because we've got Stan Winston that worked on, the Terminator stuff with his team, and then of course for RoboCop we had the fantastic Rob Bottin working with his team. So we got two masters of practical effects, head to head. Who are you going with, Eric?
This is tough because again, it like you said, it's Winston versus Bottin. It's the
masters versus the master.
Yeah, there really is no winner or loser. Both have, both are phenomenal. Both are stop motion. Both do have their green screen problems. If we're going to be fair. What's gonna set me, again, siding with RoboCop, is this. I love the scene where the Terminator is fixing himself in the bathroom. Okay. For 1984, when he takes his eyeball out and it's the robotic head moving around of Arnold, it was great then. It's kind of hit and miss now.
Right.
Okay, no disrespect. Right. But the makeup Bottin does, like that picture of RoboCop right there when he's maskless.
Yes.
Where does the skin end of Peter Weller? And where does the makeup begin? I think that makeup is seamless. And I can't tell again when Peter Weller stops. That is that's the winner right there because of that.
So you're going with RoboCop. All right, Coriander, how about you?
Well, I am gonna have to go with the Terminator because when he burns and you see this machine finally coming at you. I mean, that was pretty good. It's terrifying because he just keeps coming.
Yeah,
so,
that was, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Terminator.
Okay, all right. Kill, how about you?
This is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because they both do have some green screen effects. But and like I said, I watched this earlier. Ed 209, it was so much artifacting in some of those scenes with him, and I was just like, all right, man, this is like stop motion claymation here. It's just, some frame skipping on purpose. I was just like, and Terminator when he's in the mirror with the fake head, looking at the eyeball. But I'm gonna go with Terminator because the cyborg effects, to me, they go through so many levels and layers. You go with just looking like Arnold, then the one-eyed Arnold, and then more flesh as he's driving in the car. And then, of course, the exoskeleton, which is still to this day nightmare fuel. That thing coming at you, and the way that it's manipulated and the way that it's walking, to me, looked much better than manufacturing Ed 209 walking and moving past Ronnie Cox and so forth. I was just like, that looks a little sus, but okay. But yeah. I'm going with Terminator.
All right. Okay. And real quick, Kay was saying that Terminator did not age well. All right. SPC, what's up, man? In the chat saying night, Terminator for the win. All right. Okay. Troy saying unmasked RoboCop is way more believable. So I got to go RoboCop. Robopopo.
I like it.
I like that. That was a good one. Sir James coming in $5 super chat saying Terminator, the best effects. Stan Winston killed it, and the Ray Harryhausen effects with the exoskeleton. Yes. That scene was just like Kill said when we were.
I don't know if RoboCop has a chance just based on Sir James alone.
There you go. Let's see. Ben's coming in saying reminds me of OG Chucky when he's in the mirror. All right. Okay. Mike said to Kay, you're crazy for saying Terminator did not age well. It's a classic. There you go. Friday saying RoboCop Peter Weller's face looks stretched onto machinery, too realistic. That's a good point, man. for me, this is really, really tough, man. And both of these movies, I think, still hold up very well. And both of them, I'm telling you, it's just crazy. But God, man, just thinking about it, it's like, and we do have those moments. You guys had mentioned them where it was a couple moments where it's a little dodgy. Of course, we got to think about when this was made.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about just overall, I think I got to give it the Terminator on this one. And the reason why is because of the levels. And I think, Kill, you said it. The different levels that he goes through as he's getting, battle damaged. You know what I mean? And then, of course, when he is the exoskeleton. And although RoboCop was great, man, especially like you said, Eric, when it's just Peter Weller's face, that in and of itself is probably the best quote unquote shot overall. That particular shot, when he is like that, which of course is in the last third of the movie, but just the different levels that Arnold goes through. I got to give it the Terminator on this one. Okay, so it was tough, man. Even D said it's a tie.
Yeah.
Yes. It's true, man. It's so true. It's tough, man. Okay, next up, Eric, we're going to get into our speed round as we start winding this thing down. Next up, Clarence Boddicker or Kyle Reese. Which character did you like more?
Oh, easy street. Got to go Clarence. No disrespect to Kyle. He's a great hero. He's going into the situation knowing he's not going to make it out. But how many quotes have we said from Clarence just in this episode alone?
Guns,
and like I said,
guns.
the fact that Kurtwood Smith, a lot of this stuff was ad-libbed. Spitting the blood. When he spits the blood, look at the chief's reaction. That was ad-libbed. When he's flirting with the receptionist, that's his wife. So that's why he's acting a little like in real life. That's why he's acting a little extra scummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he is not above throwing any of his men in front of the fire. Can you fly, Bobby? You know what I mean? The way, and then one last thing I'll say, it's not just his quotes. His facial features, like I said, it's some of the stuff he does with his body, the stuff with the wine, but the way he kills Miguel Ferrer, the way he uses his tongue in a disgusting way to pull the pin out of a grenade.
Yeah.
And leaves it on the table.
Yep. Okay. All right. Good call. Real quick, Coriander, before I get to you. So James coming in with a vote for Arnold, saying the scene when Arnold takes his eye with the act. I know was crazy. That scene. Okay. In the mirror. Okay. All right. So we've got another vote for Terminator, but then he's coming in to even up the playing field, saying Clarence wins hands down. All right. Okay. Sir James, thank you. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you, man. Seriously. That's awesome stuff. No doubt. Coriander, how about you? Who are we going with? Clarence Boddicker or Kyle Reese?
Obviously Clarence. So.
Oh, okay. When you say obviously, it was obvious to me. I thought you would say Kyle. Okay.
Well, I was, but Eric made me change my mind. So.
Oh, well, there we go. There you go, Eric. Yeah. Okay. All right. And we got people in the chat. This is funny. You got to love this, man. Kay's in there. They never miss a game.
That's right.
I love it. He said, "You burnt the fucking money." I love that scene.
Yeah.
All right. Kill, where we going with, man?
Well, first I'd just like to say this is not fair because you got the Joker over here compared to Captain America over here. One is interesting and the other one is boring.
Wow.
Ooh.
I mean, say Kyle's.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Kyle's.
I see what he means, though.
Yeah. He's a future soldier, but he's the goody good, Whereas Clarence, he's despicable, he's crazy, he's unhinged, he's a loose cannon, and he's hilarious. So I'm going with Clarence.
Okay. All right. Listen, man. I can't lie, man. Gotta go with Clarence as well, man. Just off the fact of everything that Kurtwood puts into the character. I think Eric, you said it best. Just so many different angles to his character, physically, the dialogue. These are two different characters for sure, but they're paired against each other because that's just the way that it works out when you have one movie versus another. So it just is what it is. All right, real quick in the chat, Danielle said, "Damn you, Eric, with your convincing of other folks against Kyle."
I was just giving examples. It's already there in the movie. State of the art, bang bang. That type of stuff.
Friday saying Clarence is a character. He is. He really is. Mike saying to Sir James, "How is Clarence a wussy? Kyle held his own with Arnold of all people." Arnold. There you go. There you go. All right, so let's get into this, man. You knew that this was going to happen, Eric. Our second to last category, or third to last, I should say. So we're going to run through this really quick.
Sure.
But Robocop or the Terminator, which character do you think was the best character?
Okay, since we're going with this movie, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, and I'm gonna pick RoboCop for the same reasons why I've picked him for other multiple categories. I love the tragic character. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, Coriander, how about you? I love the size.
I'm gonna have to go the Terminator.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kill, how about you?
This is hard because there's not much to the Terminator other than him just being a killing machine you can't reason with. Whereas RoboCop is a cop. He's a murdered cop. He's a murdered dad. He is investigating his own murder. And there are moments of feeling there. So I'm going to have to go with RoboCop.
Wow, okay. Oh, that was surprising. Okay, for me, this is really tough, man, because again, we're just taking these characters at face value for what they are. Okay, so we're not dinging them because, or at least I'm not, because one character may, do something that another one doesn't. I'm just basing them off what they are, and they're both amazing characters. Both of these actors killed these roles, and to me, this, and we've talked about the Terminator franchise ad nauseum, and when we talked about T1 and T2, it was a real struggle, especially when we ranked the franchise, of which version of Arnold I enjoyed more, because both of those first two movies are just amazing. God, man, this is tough. I'm gonna have to give the edge to Terminator. And part of that is just my connection to the character. When I saw this as a kid, and even now, it's just an amazing character that was brought to life by Arnold, and it was done in a way where, and I love him in T2. Don't get me wrong, but to me, this is the best version of a Terminator. Is in this 1984 movie. It is so just straight to the point, balls to the wall, scary as hell. Calculated, and I just got to go with Terminator, man. It's a tough one, but I'm going with Terminator. Okay, guys. Next up, and look, Friday said a half point to each. Yeah, D's going with Terminator. Hell yeah! All right, Eric, we're gonna go not to the reversal, but the finale.
Okay.
The finale. What do you think was the better finale?
This is easy street, and you know what? I'm going with Terminator, and here's why.
Okay.
There's so much. I like both of them. I like how Clarence gets it at the end. I like how Dick Jones gets it at the end. But I'm definitely taking points away for the way Dick looks when he falls through the window. That's awful.
Right, it
but
is.
Even that notwithstanding, there's so much more in the Terminator. Sarah Connor, Kyle dies. Tragic. Sarah is the hero, crushes the Terminator. But what I really love is the final scene where she gets her picture taken by the little boy. We get to see where the photo came from, and here's a little bit of symbolism that I always loved. the gas station attendant, he translates the Spanish. There's a storm coming. She says she knows.
Mm-hmm.
Where's she going off into the distance? She's driving directly into that storm. So that's setting up the future right there. So Terminator, 100%.
All right. Okay. Coriander, how about you?
Yeah. I have to go with the Terminator. Just because, when you see that, like I said, he just keeps coming. He gets, he's on fire and he gets like ripped in half and he's crawling after you. I mean, he's just, if that crushing machine wasn't there, he would have kept coming. So, I mean, I have to give the Terminator my point. So,
okay. All right. Kill, how about you?
I'm also going to go Terminator, just because that last bit of the movie, in a way, could have been a movie itself. It was horrific. It was scary. And you truly get to see Sarah kind of thinking on her feet. She didn't have a plan in there until she saw that machine and did what she had to do. And even with that, the Terminator still almost had his hands around her neck, about to crush her. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go Terminator on this one. No disrespect to Robocop, but yeah, Terminator.
All right. Okay. Friday is going with Terminator. Dan chiming in saying Robocop finale, quote unquote, Murphy.
I do love when he says Murphy instead of Robocop. I do love that.
Yeah. That was really cool. Like I said, man, and both of these movies, we love both of these movies. And like we were talking about backstage, I hadn't seen Robocop in a number of years, and I had almost forgotten how friggin' amazing it is. Me and Coriander were talking about that for a while after we had finished the movie. It was like, man, this movie, God, we're so glad. That's the one great thing about these episodes. Sometimes you can get back in touch with some movies that you hadn't seen in a while, and I was so glad to get back in touch with Robocop.
Definitely.
Sir James coming in saying the governor all the way. He was our governor in California. All right. James is not playing around tonight.
No, not at all.
Right. Okay. All right. For me, and again, both of these are great finales, but I got to go with the Terminator, man. It was just, everything was ratcheting up, and it kept getting more bleak for our heroes, and then of course Kyle, who seemed like he was out of the game, and then once they got into the factory, he kind of had his moments where he came back to the fight, sacrificed himself, and then you're thinking it's over, but no, the Terminator just keeps on going after Sarah. It was just so crazy, man. I'll never forget it when I first saw it, and even to this day. So I got to go with the Terminator. Okay, guys. So, and Mike also going with the Terminator. All right. So we are gonna tally these points up, man. And this is absolutely crazy. Guys, I'll let you take a quick minute, just giving your final thoughts as we get ready to end the stream here.
My final thoughts is what I liked this one because I didn't rewatch Terminator. I've seen it. I couldn't tell you how many times. Like, we've all seen it. But I liked it because it forced me to rewatch RoboCop. And like you said with you and Coriander, you forgot how really good it was. Despite, doesn't matter who wins this battle. These are both great films, but I forgot how good RoboCop really, truly is. So I was glad we had this one tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I agree. RoboCop was, I didn't realize, the mess it was making, especially when Murphy, with his hand and just getting like how many shots, put into his body. And yeah, man, it was, and then the last one in his head. And it's just,
There's some rough spots in RoboCop. You don't realize it until you sit down and you're actually having to pay attention for like a video like this.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
How about you,
For
Kill?
for me, I love both these movies. The tones are alike in some ways, and then they're very different in other ways. But the pacing of Terminator, I said it a little earlier. This movie primarily takes place over one long night. And they barely rest. They barely have enough time to have sex. and they're still being chased. They don't really get to sit and eat, watch the Tigers game, any of that stuff. It's just pace, pace, pace. Yeah, yeah, you like that. But the pacing is just so breakneck, and it
Yes.
starts off slow because the Terminator is gathering information. He's a machine. He's methodical with it. He's surgical. But once he's on her, that's my target. I'm gonna follow you to the ends of the earth. It's sort of like a horror movie, like It Follows. No matter what you do, this thing is going to follow you and try to kill you, no matter where you go.
That's right, man. That's right.
And that is just a scary proposition.
Yeah. One last thing I want to throw out before we get to this is I knew there was a lot of Verhoeven was poking fun at like commercialism and the TV shows and stuff like that. I forgot how many funny bits, fake commercials there were. I love, as bad as it sounds, I love the family getting together to play like Nuke or whatever it is. They're playing this atomic bomb like type of board game because that's how the 80s were. So it kind of brought me back to this era of we had RoboCop comic books, RoboCop cartoons. Remember, kids shouldn't have a cartoon of the RoboCop. RoboCop was in WCW wrestling with Sting of all people. You know what I mean? It was back at the time when we had a Rambo cartoon and stuff like that. So it just brought me back to a time that you'll never see again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And real quick.
And can I just say too, I'm sorry. Can I please just say, also, at the end of Terminator, you got to remember, Sarah was like, how many months pregnant? So there was months that went by, but what was she doing? That's all I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Preparing.
Yep.
No,
it's true. These guys in the chat basically saying the winner doesn't matter because we all win for enjoying the movies. Absolutely. Yep. Ben's coming in with a super sticker. Thank you so much, man. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting us so much tonight, and also for Sir James and Gina and Ronan. This is the reason why we're doing this, guys, and we're going to continue to do this because you guys are enjoying it and helping to support us. All the hard work for these guys. When we do these streams, they got to watch the movies. I'll check in on them and say, hey, did you see it? And getting ready and all that. So we really appreciate it, and that's why we're gonna keep doing this for the time being because it seems though everyone is enjoying us. But we got to go to the winner now. Let's do this because obviously we know that based upon the generosity, the absolute generosity of Sir James and also for Danielle and also Ben, we got to come up with a score here, and there is no lying that we've got Terminator destroying RoboCop.
It wasn't a chance.
In a landslide of 86 points.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
To 48.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Pathetic.
It is absolutely crazy.
I feel bad for RoboCop because that's such a good movie.
It is. But guess what? Now the question is, if we don't take those into account, who wins? And it's a little bit closer here. So we've got for a score of 35 to 25.
Wow. I think that's
Dead or Alive.
Wow.
You're coming with me.
Wow, that's right.
Hey, Kill. You know what he said, right?
Come on, Sal. Tigers are playing. 2 nights. I never miss a game.
I never miss a game. So this was so cool though, man, because like I was wondering, how these two scores were going to be generated because the chat was truly down. That's why I wanted to make sure I read as many comments as I could. I know we can't get to them all, but you guys were killing it. And look at Ben. He comes in with a super chat, $5 super chat for RoboCop. That would bring RoboCop's tally to 53.
Yeah, it's still not enough. We appreciate you, Ben, but still.
Decimated. Decimated, man. For you guys that are RoboCop fans, sorry. That's just how it goes. Sir James wasn't playing tonight either.
So when I do my tallies, the official winner is Terminator.
The official winner is Terminator.
Okay.
The official winner is Terminator. Sir James came through strong.
Hey.
Strong.
Yeah, I did.
Ben said, wait, what? 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 Ben, you're killing me, man. Danielle said it won't help Ben, but I'm sure it's appreciated. It is. It really, really is.
It's all in good fun.
Yeah, it is in good fun. Both these movies are absolutely amazing. But again, when we tally up everything, including the super chat votes, is definitely going to be the T800 coming through with the win. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us so much. And Miguel said, I love it. Miguel, you listen, and I was going to make an announcement tonight. I was talking backstage with these guys. We've got a couple things that we are going to try, and we'll see how it goes. But Miguel says Robocop is the people's champ. Keep that in mind. And if you're a wrestling fan, you may know where we're going to go with this. We'll see. We'll see. You know, again, if these streams continue to be, enjoyed by you guys, we got some ideas, and we all know who the heavyweight champ is. The world's heavyweight champ is the guy from Crystal Lake himself, Jason Voorhees. So who knows, you know? Ben coming in with a $10
He's not giving up.
Chat. Ben, let's go. Ben, I mean, come on, man. Are we gonna try this? I mean, what are we doing here, Ben? So that brings it. Let me tally this up.
Oh Lord.
Oh, wow. That does bring it to 61. Now we're still way behind though. We're way behind, bro. Bro, it's 61 to 86. So you definitely would have to do at least a $30 super chat to get Robocop to win. If that's what you're trying, man. If that's what you're trying, I don't know if that's what you're trying, but I'm just saying. He said, I tried, guys. I'm sorry I failed you.
Not at all, Ben. Not at all.
Thank you for trying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And Danielle, yes, that Terminator timeline video, that definitely would be fun to do. And that's part of the reason why we were so happy to do this stream tonight, to get an idea on, you know, some of our Terminator fans and stuff like that.
Oh, geez. So, I just saw the chat.
Look at this. Sir James is like, nope. Terminator's going to stay the winner.
Well,
guys,
I think Sir James just dropped the mic and the wallet. So
you guys are all right. That is crazy. $20. We're at 106. 61 to 106. I'm pretty sure it's
wow.
I appreciate it, Ben.
It's called,
well buddy. Yeah.
Look at Ben. Ben's like, what? Sir James, you're all right, man. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. One more time. This is how Robocop is feeling right now because of the landslide. And there it is. There it is.
You know what really gets me? It's not the face, it's the fingers. That's what gets me.
I know. That always grossed me out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's crazy stuff. Hey, look at this. All right, guys. All right. All right. We come on. Okay, no. Ben's saying Terminator, not gonna lie. Okay. All right. You guys are too funny, man. Terminator ran away with this thing. He pretty much doubled.
Did.
He doubled. You guys are all right, man.
You guys make sure you check your bank account just to be on the safe side.
But seriously though, guys,
yeah.
we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, big time.
And again,
Goodness.
you know, we've got some fun plans for how we continue to do this, and also how we present it. And that really helps. The support really helps because, like I said, especially for these guys, and I don't thank them enough, but you know, for Kill and Coriander and for Eric to spend the time, you know, to watch things and keep up on things so we can do these types of streams. Yeah, it's a lot. So we definitely appreciate you guys so much. All right. Wow. This was crazy, man. I'm telling you. All right. Well,
I'm
look,
glad it's over.
we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. As usual, leave us some comments, guys. Let's talk about this. This was so much fun, and we got to as many comments as we could. But leave us some comments. Let's talk more about this. Don't forget to hit the like. It helps to support us as well. Don't forget to subscribe to Eric's channel. His link is always in the description of our Battle World streams. And Ben, Ben coming in again saying my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me. Yeah, Stu, yeah. They're going to be so mad. I love it. You're all right, brother. Seriously. You're all right. Philip saying, what's the next battle going to be? That's a secret. But we will have that up in the next, probably in the next 2 days. We got some talking to do. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. We will talk to you later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch because we never miss a game. Peace out.
Cheers.
That's it.